Hi, I'm Father Gary Castor, and I've been asked this week to say something about the role of Christianity and the education of the human person. And here in this wonderful setting of Williams College, what a great question to answer. We hear the word education and immediately we think of exactly what goes on here at Williams College, that the minds of students are expanded through their knowledge of, in this case, the liberal arts, and sciences, English, and literature, and anthropology, and history, and mathematics, and astrophysics, and painting, and sculpture, and dance, and performance. And yet, Christianity educates the human person in a way that is complementary to what goes on in the academy, but in a deeper and richer way. When Moses brought down the law written in stone, the tablets, he was bringing to the people the means for them to begin to see themselves in their humanity from the perspective of God. And all the laws in which became the structure for the way of life for the Israelites were meant precisely to do that for them, to remind them constantly in their diet and in business and in the way in which they took in crops and grains and worshipped and prayed and got married and even went to the bathroom and washed and cleansed themselves, that all actions of their lives, they were supposed to be reminded who they were, that they belonged to God, that God had bound himself, covenanted himself with them in love. And the law functioned this way, to expand their notion of what it meant to be human, to educate them about their humanity, the truth of what it means to be created in the image and likeness of God. When Jesus comes, he's a gift for us, really, and the gift that Jesus is has everything to do with education, because Jesus comes to teach us the essence of what it means to be human. Something that the law couldn't do, could only point to, could only guide us towards. Now Jesus enables us to experience, not externally, but from within our hearts, a truth that was there, that wasn't lost through sin. Now Jesus comes to educate, in a sense, to unleash that truth in us. And he does this because he assumes to himself a human nature, and so he shows us this truth, the essence of being human, through his own life. The whole enterprise of Christianity is about educating us in what it means to be a human being, to accept that and really to embrace it as our own, and not to look at some of the ways in which we normally limit and narrow our self-understanding. All too often we get caught up in considering ourselves from the perspective of our weaknesses and our frailty and the vulnerability that is ours because of the biological life we have and what we're susceptible to. What's lost in that is what Christ came to teach us. So when he invites us to follow him, he's really inviting us into a method of education that will pull us out of that, as I mentioned about beauty, to stop us and pull us out of ourselves and really into experiencing the vibrancy of humanity as God created it and as God has always wanted it to be experienced. Christianity and the education of the human person are one. To be a Christian is to be a person who's sort of signed up and been accepted in the school of being human, and all that entails, and all of its mystery, and all of its wonder, and all of its simplicity, and certainly in all of its joy. To be educated as a human person is to accept a gift from God, a gift that comes in Christ, and to be freed from all the limitations we normally place on ourselves.